I am here in your time of need.
I hope you like jamming too.
Our triumph is certain.
Protector's Enclave needs your help. Now, adventurer, you've come a long way and done much for this land. It's time for you to return to Instructor Corbin. I hear he has work for you to help you on your path. Adventurer, that odd seer Cybella has requested your aid with something in her visions. Speak with her when you have some time. Elminster recently discovered a cell of cultist activity here in Protector's Enclave. We managed to flush them out, but the situation is far more dire than we anticipated. The Cult of the Dragon has unearthed an ancient Netherese device in the Sword Mountains, something known as a Mythalar. Elminster believes this device could provide the cult with enough power to turn their mad prophecy into a reality. The factions of Faerun may not always see eye to eye, but we've seen what the cult is capable of. We've agreed to come together and mobilize under Elminster's charge. Join us in the Dragonbone Vale and speak with Elminster, adventurer. We're going to need all the help we can get.
The dragons of Faerun grow restless, according to...
You've proven you can handle yourself, and that makes your membership in this fine adventurers guild all but guaranteed. As a reward for your deeds, I've arranged a few things. Speak with...
You've more than proven yourself to me, so I feel I can trust you with a delicate matter. One of my men, Joseph Linklater, has been absent the last few days. I fear it's his wife, Dorothy. She's spell-scarred, touched by the spell plague, but I'm afraid she's getting worse. I want you to look in on them at their house near the Driftwood Tavern. Do whatever you can to help them. I can't ignore the Protector's law, but you are free to do what's right.
Well, it seems you have friends in high places. One of them is a real hero of Neverwinter, and a personal friend of mine, I might add. Our mutual friend apparently thinks you show real promise. In fact, they've arranged for you to receive a very valuable gift to help start your career off right. Head over to the rewards claim agent. He's just right over there on the other side of the temple. You can pick up your gifts there.
Good timing, hero. I had just received an urgent call for aid from our old friends over in Icewind Dale. Remote settlements across the Ragged Glacier and the Sea of Moving Ice reported strange activities plaguing their homes. Nightmares, warped creatures, and disappearances have forced people to brave the freezing cold to Ten Towns for help. The speakers reached out to us to see if you could journey to one of these villages and find out what's going on. The fact that they call for you specifically gives me a bad feeling. You should head out immediately.
Need a horse? Armored bear?
Good man, that Sergeant Knox. Lord Neverember has decreed that Shonda Cool Stables is to give willing adventurers a free horse. We are, of course, more than happy to help and not the least bit upset at how much these horses normally cost to rent, let alone buy. Let's get you started, shall we?
Good to see you. Ha! Good to see you again. You look ready to begin your journey on the hero's path. I have tasks for you, and there is work on the job board beside me as well. Ready to begin? Need something else? Your strength as a warrior will save you in a fight, but a hero needs a full wallet to overcome the debts and fees that come with being an adventurer. Seek out rough astral diamonds, refine as much as you can each day, and then return to me. A strong economy is as essential as a strong blade. As a member of the Adventurers Guild, it's important that you help your fellow members. Join them in completing skirmishes across the Sword Coast, and then return to me. For this task, seek out the seer, Sabella. She will guide you on the work to be done. Report back when you've learned all you can. Adventurer, you are now ready to begin completing campaigns throughout Faerun. As you complete campaigns, you will gain boon points. Once you have gained enough, you will unlock the ability to gain your first master boon. Return to me when you have done so. Good luck. Well done! I look forward to seeing you continue this journey. Adventurer, keep completing campaigns throughout Faerun. Soon enough, you will unlock the ability to gain your second Master Boon. Return once again when you have. Well done once again. Adventurer, people are really taking notice of your work across the Sword Coast. The road is long, but I'm sure you will triumph. Keep completing campaigns, and the third Master Boon will be yours. Good luck! Ah, hero. I can tell you have gotten a lot stronger. You look like you're ready for more training. Meet me in the training room when you're ready.
If you have any questions, please let me know. They shall feel divine wrath.
Fine work. Next, you gain combat advantage when you have successfully flanked your foe. You can achieve this by putting your foe in between you and an ally. If you can manage this, you'll both deal more damage with your strikes. Note the ring on the ground when you target your foe. Watch it as it changes color. You have moved into the proper position. Then, if you are ready, strike the flank. Well done! I see real potential in you. Now, this next technique is a bit different. You've recently gained a mount of your own. Your mounts are powerful allies, and can actually grant you new abilities in combat. This adventuring thing really comes easily to you. You're ready for the final test. Your trainer and I think we can unlock your ultimate potential. As you battle your foes, you'll feel yourself generating action points. When you've built up enough action points, you can unleash your daily power. A powerful ability that can turn the tide in a battle. We will help you. Oh, well done indeed. That's about all I can teach you for now. When next we meet, I expect you to be even stronger.
Our triumph is certain.
Protector's Enclave needs your help.
Ha! You're eager. That's good. If you survived Corbin, I'm sure you're ready for anything I can throw at you. You should know, whenever you're unsure of what to do next, check your journal. Take a look at your adventures within, and be sure to claim the rewards the Guild offers for your deeds. With all you've done, you're a fully fledged member of the Adventurers Guild now. Congratulations! I'm sure you're ready for work, and believe me, there is plenty to go around. In fact, I have a task of particular importance in mind. The attack on the city wasn't the last we'll see of Valindra. I'm sure of it. I believe she is now working towards some wicked end in Neverdeath Graveyard. A troop of my gods just returned from there with reports of red wizards and necromantic rituals. I need you to venture into the graveyard and speak with Doom Guide Volok. Put a stop to whatever Valindra is plotting.
If you have any questions, please let me know. Our triumph is certain.
extra. Support your fellow citizens. Donate now.
by the grace of the gods.
Please, dear! Please! It's my wife, Dorothea. She was spell-scarred last winter. We've been hiding it so she wouldn't be sent to Helmshold, but she's been getting worse. I called on help from the wizard Razard. He's helped her before. His medicine will change Dorothea back, but only if she's been subdued. And I cannot strike my own wife. She's in a frenzy and has locked herself upstairs. Please, can you help me? Please be careful.
Perhaps you can help. I've given Dorothea some medication that will return her to her human form, but it will only work if she's calm, or at least has been subdued. Unfortunately, Joseph could never raise a hand against his dear wife, and in her current state, I fear subduing her might prove difficult, even for one of your skill.
Is everything all right?
Please, Dorothea, you're only making this worse.
Get out of my
What's happening to me? Oh, what have I become?
It was a
Help
pretty
me!
bad fit
Please
this time.
help me!
Dorothea's condition is worse than I thought. The Protector's cruel law would exile her to Helmshold. But if we can get her to my hidden hospice in the Tower of Solace, I can treat her. Unfortunately, we cannot move her in the open in this state. But I know of hidden paths through the sewers that lead most of the way. True, the dead rats sometimes move through those sewers, but there's no time to wait lest Dorothea be discovered. You'll have to be her guardian. I'll give you some of my elixir. Should Dorothea become afraid, give her a dose before she begins to transform. If she changes fully, I fear you'll have to subdue her once more. It's best that Joseph does not see his beloved wife in such a state. I'll have him wait for you on the other side. My treatments won't be effective if you're agitated.
We'll find a way to keep you safe. I promise.
They shall feel divine wrath. I am here.
Thank you for doing this. I don't want anyone to get hurt on my account, but I do want to be able to see my family again.
Look who's here! Should we kill you in front of your little wife, Joseph?
Keep away from my...
Those bandits picked the wrong time to get their revenge. Thank you for dealing with them, but there are more up ahead, and I don't think we'll be able to move Dorothea. The tower is nearby. We must get Razad and bring him back swiftly. It's Dorothea's only chance.
I heard fighting Boulogne feared the worst. I only hope poor Dorothea is undamaged. Let us go to her at once. There we go. You should feel better now. I'm sorry this happened, but at least these brigands will no longer disturb my work. Thank you for bringing Dorothea to me. I already have a room prepared for her where we will make her as comfortable as possible. Now, if you will excuse me, I really must get Dorothea to the tower so we can begin her treatment. Come, Dorothea. Let's see you to your room.
Our enemies shall feel divine. I am here in your time of need.
Protector's Enclave needs your... I feared it was something like this. I'm glad Dorothy is getting help, but something about all this just feels wrong. We're going to follow up on this Razad character. I want to know more about that Razad character who helped Dorothy Linklater. I've heard a rumor that someone matching his description was seen talking to Twallow the Bright, one of the city's preeminent wizards. Go to Twallow's home and talk to him there. He may be able to tell us more about Razad.
by the gods' grace.
I hope you like jamming too.
Spend your astral diamonds here.
Hey, don't call me back.
By the gods' grace. By the grace of the gods.
Who's there? Oh, don't be a monster. Thank Ogma for sending help.
I'm Lucian Pancrates, Master Tualo's apprentice. Master Tualo was working on a ritual when a portal opened and those foulspawn began pouring out. He sealed the door, but many had already escaped and more were coming. We need to close that portal. I can remove the magic seal holding the door shut, but you'll have to go in and destroy the summoning crystals that power the portal. You did it! You closed the portal! Alas, it was too late for Master Tuolo. But how could this have happened? Let me see the ritual book. Strange. The ritual in this book is wrong somehow. It's supposed to grant insight into the spell plague, but instead, it opens a portal into the nightmarish far realm. We're all lucky to be alive. Master Tuolo was lent this book by his friend Razad just this afternoon. This must have been some horrible mistake, mustn't it?
I am here. Our enemies shall feel divine wrath.
Protector's Enclave needs... This is bad. If the apprentice's memory is correct, then Razad must have given that book with a booby-trapped ritual to Tualo right after you left Linklatter's house. It could have just been a mistake. The timing is too convenient, and my gut says something's wrong. What we found out about Razad may just be a coincidence, but my gut says otherwise. Linkletter needs to know. He's out in a part of the city called the Beggar's Nest, hunting down another dead rat's warren. Find him, and tell him what you've learned. By your mate's tears. I hope I'm wrong. Those two have suffered enough.
By the gods' grace.
Speak your mind.
I am here in your time of need.
If the book that killed Tualo did come from Rizard, then we'll have to get to the truth of this and get Dorothea away from Rizard. We may be in luck, though. We're close to the Tower of Solace, and I saw Rizard in the courtyard nearby. Let's go confront him.
Ah, I wondered when I would see you two. I understand you found the trap I laid for Tualo. Unfortunately, your revelation has come too late. You see, the ritual has already begun. The portals are opening, the sacrifices are gathered, and there is nothing you can do to stop me.
We're safe from the spellburst down here, but these sewers are the last hideout of the dead rats. I need to get to the Tower of Solace to look for Dorothea, but the Weirats will kill these people for certain if we don't clear a path to the surface. I see daylight ahead. Follow me. We got these people out, but Razad's spellburst must have killed hundreds, including my poor Dorothea. I won't let him get away with this. I'm going to call in my favors with Sergeant Knox. We're going to storm whatever is left of the Tower of Solace, and I'm going to kill Razad for what he's done.
Our enemies shall feel divine. Our triumph is certain.
Protector's Enclave needs your... I saw the spell burst from here. Torn Protectors! Should have seen this coming. I'd say you're lucky to be alive, but you've got a real talent for surviving against the odds. That should come in handy when we go after Razad. The wizard Razad preyed on those stricken by the spell plague, promising them treatment in his Tower of Solace. Instead, he used them to power some dark ritual, causing a spellburst that devastated part of the city. But I fear that was just a side effect. Razad is even now working to complete his ritual. He has to be stopped, for the sake of the city, and to avenge those he betrayed and killed.
If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I am here.
Just ask yourself, what would Mr. Slippery do? One does not simply walk into the Underdark.
Stone speaks to tree. Tree speaks to sky.
Let's see what's out there.
else! All right, people. We're going to secure the area. And then, and only then, do we head into the tower. Razad has to know we're coming. And I don't want any surprises.
That'll take too long! He knows we're coming, and I won't let the bastard who killed my Dorothea escape. I'm going to try to find another way in.
Linkletter! Linkletter, don't separate the team! Damn it, Alter Nineclothes! It's gone. All right, we're moving in. Everyone, follow me! Stay together. Move out! We've got these ones, but there's still more creatures out here. We can't let them escape into the city, but also we can't leave Linkletter alone in there. I hate to do it, but I want you to head into the tower and find Linkletter. We'll join you inside after securing the area. Only then do we go after Razad.
the grace of the gods.
I found Dorothea! She's alive, but trapped! Razad is on his way here, and I can't open these gates! Circle around the other way. There are secret doors I used to get here. Find them, reach us, and we'll leave Razad no way to escape. Stay back! It was a trap!
This isn't a trap, Joseph. It's an experiment! Now, kill your friends while I prepare my own transformation.
Don't worry about me. You must find Joseph. He fell into the old smuggling tunnels where Razad kept his failed experiments. I'll be all right. Just please stop Joseph before Razad makes him do something horrible. You've got to stop him before he does anything awful!
You must listen! Razad is at the top of the tower! He is preparing a ritual that will give him power over the spell plague! No time to get Sergeant Knox! It's up to you! Use the statues! There's another secret path! Now go! I can feel his power over me returning! Go before he makes me attack you again!
I'm here, Joseph.
transform you as well.
Impossible! I was supposed to be a god! They promised me!
Our triumph is certain.
Protector's Enclave needs your... You did the right thing in the Plague Tower. I can see now I was too cautious. I'm just glad you were there and took action, or else Razad would have reached his full power and destroyed the city. Razad is dead, but whoever his masters were, they are still out there plotting. And we never did find any trace of Joseph or Dorothy Linkletter. This was a costly victory, but Neverwinter will survive, thanks to you. And a little bit of insubordination.
What can I do for you, adventurer? I have been having new visions, which I believe are not blessings of Savras. These visions do not seem to be of the future, but of the past and present. I have seen your great adventures along the Sword Coast, and the things you have already overcome. As followers of Savras, we are occasionally blessed with the gift of the Third Eye, the ability to see glimpses of the future and events that are yet to come. Having visions of the past must mean something greater is upon us, possibly something we have yet to understand. Are you willing to assist me in what remains of the Order of the Third Eye by completing these campaigns? Each week, we scribe new visions from both past and existing campaigns that require the assistance of adventurers to complete. These visions often include completing quests, defeating foes, or besting encounters that are heroic in nature. The remaining members of the Order of the Third Eye have agreed to grant you a bonus payment for your services. Is there anything else? I hope all of that made some sense to you. Simply tell me which one you like, and the Order of the Third Eye will see to it. If you ever wish to choose something else, come speak with me again to make your new selection. Which selection do you prefer?
Well met.
Our triumph is certain. They shall feel divine wrath.
Welcome back to the demi-plane, adventurer. Now, down to business. First, let us discuss threat. When battling foes in a party, you'll want to keep an eye on your threat meter. When targeting an enemy, this meter will display whether or not that enemy is targeting you, and how close they are to switching off their current target to you. If you are the tank, you want threat. If you are a healer or DPS, you want to make sure the tank has time to gain threat, so that the enemies do not attack you. Keep in mind that some special mechanics may ignore threat. Well done! Now on to soak abilities. Some foes have special powers called soaks. When you are targeted with a soak, a special indicator will appear around you. And after a delay, a big attack will strike. These attacks are very powerful, but they have a key weakness. Soaks spread their damage evenly between every one hit. So if your party bands together, you will all survive. This requires good teamwork and coordination. Let's give it a try. Oh, that looked painful. Now try standing next to the friendly illusions. Excellent! Next up are tracking abilities. When an enemy uses a tracking ability, you'll be marked with an overhead indicator. After a delay, the ability will strike. These abilities can be very dangerous to a party, so it's best to stay away from your party members. Sometimes these abilities leave a lingering effect on the ground, which is even more reason to get away from your party members. Now, let's see how this works in action. Good. On to gaze abilities. These can be tricky for inexperienced adventurers. When a foe is casting a gaze ability, an eye appears over their head. When this happens, place your back to the eye to avoid its effects. If you're facing the eye when it activates, you could be charmed, turned to stone, or worse. There are many dangers on the Sword Coast. Don't worry though. This will only be practice, but get ready to try it out! Well done! You'll be felling basilisks in no time with skills like that. For our final lesson today, we'll observe the Shattered Armor ability. Some powerful foes have attacks that will apply Shattered Armor to you. This will apply an overhead indicator to you and significantly reduce your defenses. When under the effects of Shattered Armor, you will need to be extra careful taking damage, and will need help from the healers in your party to survive. Let's take a look at what it's like. I'm impressed with how far you've come, adventurer. I remember when you first joined the Adventurers Guild. I must say I'm proud of the hero you've become. You're ready to take on even greater challenges on the Sword Coast and beyond. I'll see you back in the guild.
I am here in your time of need.
If you have any questions, please let me know.
Good to see you. Quite the sparring session, eh? I think I may have taught you all I can. The rest is up to you, hero. Well done.
any questions, please let me know.
Protector's Enclave needs your help.
Elminster recently discovered a cell of cult.
The dragons of Faerun grow restless. According to Elminster, Valindra's flawed cast of the Scaleblight Mythal has irrevocably altered their experience of dragon sight. As a result, we've seen a significant increase in
King Brunor Battlehammer of Gauntlgrim has put out word that he's looking for an adventurer to take on a dangerous task. Details are thin, but if the dwarves are reaching out, it must be important. You've faced many dangerous foes on Neverwinter's behalf, but this could be the most dire threat yet. A group of rangers reports that the farming village of Rothay Valley has been attacked by a massive drow expedition. Should they gain a foothold on the surface world, all of the Sword Coast could be in peril. The rangers are led by an elf named Dassar Truebow. He'll be able to tell you more about the situation once you arrive.
If you have any questions, please let me know.
I am here.
called me down?
By the gods' grace,